Open up. Bum, bum, bum. That's PTSD from my last show. Here we go. This might be loud, but I'm trying something different. So we gotta... Oh, maybe not that much. Okay. Ah! Okay. Hold on, I'm trying. Ah! Ah! I'm screaming. Hello, I'm still screaming. Ah! Okay. That might be the loudest I scream. We'll go with that. Okay, that's also pretty loud. Woo! Full immersion right here. Right, it's just me right now, so. Ba-da-da. Oh shit. Okay, get back to that in a bit. Right, Mr. Sholmes, what do you have to say for yourself? Mr. Natsume's arrest. We know this to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Soseki Natsume. It seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Sholmes. Sorry, I gotta fix my audio again. Ba-dum-ba. That was good. There we go. For the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road. Natsume. Yes, I believe that it was a name rather along those lines.
But Mr. Natsume denies it! Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little?
I'm sorry, Miss Susato, but I have not the slightest idea what you mean.
What?
I can't believe he was looking Susato-san squarely in the eye while feigning ignorance. I assure you I'm not merely feigning ignorance. Did I say that out loud? It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension. Oh, how? Sorry. Oh, how? I assure you have no recollection of accusing your stooped compatriot of the crime. But that doesn't make sense. The good detective of Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote vertebrum, whatever that said. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing the crime scene. A man seen fleeing... There were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. On speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? I believe there is a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question. So you don't think Mr. Natsume is the culprit then? I could not tell you. But it was aggravating my faculties, hence why I returned here. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books, I find myself quite lost in bibliography. Do not be deceived into believing that I am a man of leisure, no.
Oh dear.
Okay. No, I already... Oh... Sorry, his theme is distracting me. I can't do this. I forgot which keys did what. So I was like, Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum. Mr. Garrideb, the landlord. Ah, tell me. Have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings? Yes, Mr. Garrideb, a retired military man.
It was the first time I'd ever met a soldier from the Great British Institution that is the services. And it was the first time I've ever met a maid from the Great British Institution that is...
This is Dunosuke. And it was the first time that I've ever met a maid from the Great British Institution that is service. I didn't think it was that funny. I do apologize. I need to adjust my mic and shit again. Okay. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid.
Yes, I read as much in my Great Britain primer.
And so conversely, whether or not a household employs a maid has come to betoken the social standing of those dwelling therein. Betoken their social standings? Sorry? Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath that. In the upper echelons, or echelons? I don't know. Of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family.
Goodness, how extraordinary!
As you can appreciate, for those on precarious boundary between the middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. Sorry, my thing's right there. I had no idea. And it is for precisely that reason that I find great stimulation in the situation upstairs. Specifically in the retired army veteran, Mr. John Garrideb. Oh? Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of this case, I am yet unable to ascertain. I'm thoroughly lost in what he means to say. The dingy room, dingy room. This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lot is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later.
Mr. Natsume has stabbed no one!
Ah, but sooner or later, as I said.
I don't believe that's the issue here.
About this dark little room, Mr. Sholmes. Why is there no longer a window? Do you have any idea? No window? Well, I mean, I can clearly see that there is a window of sorts. But it's been completely blocked with bricks. Ah, I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Window tax. Window tax? What is that?
Surely, not a tax on windows?
Precisely that.
Oh my goodness!
Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by number of their windows. Those with lesser means, having inherited a sizable and costly family home perhaps, rapidly closed windows up. While the rich opened windows here, there, and everywhere, in an effort to curry favor with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money.
How awful and
The happened? What happened? Oh no! Did my game crash? Oh, that's so funny. Okay, well... What just happened? Oh no! Oh dear, goodness me. It didn't save, so I must... Okay, let's go through this again. Oh wait, let me see if I can make it faster. Like... The voices are on, that's so cool. Text skip. On screen. Wait time. Okay. Now we're skipping text here. I don't know what just happened, but it just crashed. That was so funny. Bro, my game just crashed.
With attorney?
Like, it crashed. Like, I was just talking to Sholmes, and then it crashed. Like, it closed.
Oh, just too powerful.
Yeah, I'm on the third topic, but I have to go through it all again. Ah, yes,
Dale,
Mr.
you're playing attorney?
Ew, playing Ace Attorney.
I'm still in the car.
Wow.
I literally just got picked up. Rooms.
There is a resident Sholmes hater in the I Object server now, and it's kind of funny.
What? Wait, what?
It's because he's more chaotic than the person.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's so basically what's happening is that he didn't arrest Natsume, he just looked at the book and got the name from the book owner, and then the police arrested Natsume, and then he's talking about window tax now.
Ah.
Yeah. It's window tax. That's basically what is going on here. But its legacy remains, as you can see, in squallish lodgings such as these, for example. I suppose Mr. Natsume's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps. It would appear so. I've done a little digging through the piles and piles of books, and discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinarily low price. Extraordinarily. Do you want me to read still, because you're in the ar? Wait,
I can't read.
Okay. I'll just read, I guess. Because the room is so awful, I should think. Apparently Mr. Natsume only moved in here about 1 week ago. Bum bum. Yes, that's correct. However, I don't believe that low rent is explained by the shabby nature of its accommodation. Oh? Still, that is of little relevance here. A matter not worthy of further attention. Are you sure? I'm curious now. Oh, finally, his theme is done. Well, but I believe I've told you all I can now. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law? My cursor is on the screen. Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsume, was it? I'm not sure. Not sure? On what grounds? Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday. Really? Well, then I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized, and so promptly, too. The thing is, it really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients, to trust their innocence? Yes. Trust. Mr. Sholmes? Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he? Oops. My dear fellow, I haven't the first idea! But... I thought that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate? Ah, yes. That was indeed my initial intention. But there are simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them! Oh, I see. Nevertheless, there are two facts that I can state quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was a Japanese occupant of this room. And there are witnesses who swear to having seen the same man commit the crime. Yep, that is all I can say. And one more thing.
What is it, Mr. Sholmes? Tell us!
I cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I am quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something. Mr. Garrideb is... Sholmes said as much before, actually, didn't he? Anyway, at present, that is really all that plays on my mind in relation to this case.
Mr. Naruhodo, as yet, our investigations have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsume's innocence.
No, you're right. Perhaps it's time we probed a little deeper into Mr. Garrideb's secret. Just remember, I cannot be so sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. But I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo. A busy man indeed. He's gone back into his book in the corner of the room. I shall read every one of them by the end of this day. Is it this one? Yeah, there he is. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, trash. Let me look at the trash. Look at all these balls of paper on the floor. There are notes scrawled all over them in English. Looks like the waste paper basket is so full they've just fallen out.
I think Mr. Natsume must have been deeply immersed in his research, don't you?
Or deeply adverse to tidying up his mess.
I wouldn't like to speculate which is closer to the truth.
I got the window, I got the desk. His cat disappeared, and I don't know where it went. So, you know, just... And Sholmes is busy. Well, I guess I could click on him again. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes? Yes, so true. To be or not to be? That is indeed the question, Mr. Naruhodo. To be or not to be brushed off, that is the question. And the answer is all too clear.
Let's leave Mr. Sholmes in peace, shall we?
No. Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! Hey! Hello? I'm tapping on you. Can you listen to me? Okay. Let's go up to the... Is this place, right? Boom, 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 boom. Ah, Hugh Parrion. Tell me, what was the detective chap? I forgot his name. Still hard at work down there, was the... What is it is not the thing.
Mr. Herlock Sholmes?
Ah, yes. Rings a vague bell. And that detective business isn't really on my thing, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there. Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joan. Now then, why don't you tell me what... Ah! For the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch what you're bloody well doing?
I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir.
Ah, yes, of course. Rightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave, if you'd be so kind.
Oh, yes, of course. We are deeply grateful for all your assistance.
Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck in all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrideb is hiding something. And since no other avenues of investigation seem open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. I can see him. I can see him in the corner of the room. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just...
Oh, look! What a wonderful collection of cakes lined up on that gleaming silver cake stand, which I cannot see because I didn't move the screen yet.
Lined up? Looks more like someone has half demolished them to me.
Afternoon tea is time of indulgence, as you know. It is quite the English way. It is Mr. Garrideb's custom to take 2 cakes with his tea. That sounds delightful.
Wait a minute though. There are at least 10 cakes on this cake stand, as you can see right there.
Well, naturally, it would never do to waste the leftovers. So, Mr. Garrideb doesn't eat. So whatever Mr. Garrett doesn't eat, I say to myself, Joan, you shall have to tidy up.
How magnanimous of you. Magnanimous. Yep. Okay, here we go. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Can I look at the window first and not Sholmes?
This window looks out over Briar Road where the young woman was attacked.
Yes, I can make out the policeman on the far side of the road investigating the crime scene.
The glass is rather murky, isn't it? You can't see very clearly.
Does this thing open at all, I wonder?
I shouldn't underestimate the bitterness of a London winter, sir.
Sorry?
As soon as you open that window, the tea will freeze in the pot. No Londoner would go opening windows at dusk in the middle of winter, I assure you.
It seems very unlikely that these two would have seen anything after the anything of the incident then. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna save my game. Here we go, Lee. We're picking up to another deduction. What's he doing over there?
Mr. Sholmes!
Sorry, just... Aha! We meet again, my dear fellows!
Where was he? I wasn't looking.
Okay, so Sholmes was... You know what? Let me go back to the save and then we'll show you. I'll show you.
My tongue is blue. Oh. I see. I see.
Alright, here we go. To the deduction. What's he doing over there?
Mr. Sholmes!
Aha! We meet again, my dear fellows! Good gracious! When did you sneak in here? Herlock Sholmes, sir. At your service.
Whatever were you doing over there by the window?
I'm given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. Well, keeping an eye to one's windows at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. Ah, and one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, me? I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. Wait, he's not talking about... Is he... I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon.
No.
Do you mean Mr. Sholmes?
There is a mighty secret in this modest room. My eyes see even the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo. I think so. There is just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. Okay, here we go. Mr. Garradeb, though it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first-rate. I'm afraid, sir, that it is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw with my by careful observation of your living arrangements. I beg your pardon? The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. Eh? And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you.
Mr. Naruhodo, look!
The old man's broken out in a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Sholm's conclusions are both spot on. How could you possibly? How could I possibly know? You mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts! Ugh! And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. I'm going to slow down the text. There we go. Here we go. Great deduction. The game is afoot. Bum 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 boom. Nature of the beast. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Ah, for a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrideb, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. Bum, 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 bum. Yes, though an army man, you appear unimposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts. What is this piffle, I ask you? In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you... Oh my god! That you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house. What?! Yet living with such wild beasts proved more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well, yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam? Me? I pray you do... oh god. I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is. Your dress pocket give us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from its handbill advertising a circus show, we have a pocket. Oh, she has a pocket in her dress. Yes, so you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garrideb. At Batty's Circus, a travelling show currently sojourning in a nearby park, I've observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly did not. I believe I've made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion, and a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through the ring of fire. Oh my god, I can't with this guy. Now, Mr. Garrideb, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being relieved by that supporting arm. Amid fits of fears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man! I simply... I don't remember the voice I gave him. But what we must now ask ourselves is the true case of this pain. And we need only to follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, It is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. Ah. 4 cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. And so you had no choice but to let it go. Yes, well, Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing a carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. What would have caused such a destructive... Oh, what would have caused such a destructive outburst? Ah. This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who have inadvertently revealed the truth to me. You're wondering I have settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Oh my god. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. There is no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? No. Food is at the heart of tragedy, in fact. Whatever do you mean? Having tried a taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There is only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. This guy is insane. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle. Oh my god! Ah! What is the matter with you, Joan? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me! Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrideb. I'm afraid I didn't notice. My deductions can be startlingly sharp. Yep, it stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times too. Oh. Mr. Sholmes, I'm sorry to butt in again. But could I make an observation? Why, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo, what is it? Again. Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside the room this size? Indeed, it is of the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well?
But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrideb and his maid would have been hurt, or worse.
Oh yeah, that's his deduction. There's a lion in the room.
Yeah.
That's where you are stuck.
I've watched this thing on YouTube.
Oh, no doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon. I thought you said that they sold the lion to the circus. They did both.
What about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I've ever heard of a lion that drinks tea.
Ah, my dear Miss Susato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on Great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea.
Oh, what a glorious notion. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again.
I had a feeling that was coming.
A slight massage. That's all Mr. Sholmes' deductions need. You can do it!
Excellent! I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deductions to step forward, Mr. Naruhodo. We don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least, that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Hold it, dumbass. That's what he said. He definitely said dumbass.
As a man would say.
Hold it, dumbass. He's just in court. Hold it, dumbass. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant in here is revealed by that lion statue. I really didn't see the lion thing coming.
No. But if you observe Mr. Yaharideb's reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok in here in this room.
Yes, something with a very fierce nature. But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India. Oh shit, that was you.
Yeah.
Whoops.
It's fine.
So what was it then? I asked Susato, as she definitely said the last sentence.
We must follow Mr. Yaharideb's gaze. That will lead us to the true answer.
Where are the keys to move? Oh, there we go. Look at this photograph frame. Ooh.
What happened to them?
What's this photograph? It's you.
It appears to be Mr. Yaharideb's wedding. I read that in my head for some reason. I didn't say it. He looks very happy, doesn't he?
I don't know if an open mouth counts as happy. He does, but you can't make out his bride.
No, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face.
I wonder what
I keep
happened.
reading it in my brain.
Probably best not to delve too deeply there.
The glass is broken, so you can't see the bride's face at all.
But no amount of cracks could hide the woman's plump form.
I think powerful would be kinder than plump, Mr. Naruhodo.
Okay, sorry. Yes, she certainly looks that. There's a lot of horsepower there. Not someone you'd want to upset, that's for sure.
Oh, look! Have you noticed her wedding ring? It's very large, isn't it?
Yes, that's an unusual design.
It looks like some sort of embellished sunflower. Sunflower?
Sunflower. Spider-Man reference? Mr. Yaharideb, I don't think I need to look at that, do I? Is revealed by that, I remember this one got me before, so, I'm pretty sure it was the white, like, I present the, I present her. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum. I'm pretty sure. We'll try it. Yep, there we go. Bum, bum, bum. The true nature of that beast that has run rampant in here is revealed by that newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes, this framed print pictures your wife, Mr. Yaharideb. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. My spotlight, dumbass. Sorry. Oh, Indeed. Surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Honored might be stretching a point. Too late! The fact remains that the beast, which so clearly savaged this room, was your wife, Mr. Garrideb. Ah! Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. We're still on the type A. Could this angry creature have disappeared too? Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to where the beast's current whereabouts.
The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself.
Well... I don't know about fragile.
Oh, dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of Mrs. Garrideb anywhere.
It seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I would remember... God. I wonder where Mr. Garrideb's wife would be.
I'm eating my lunch right now. So
Why? Why? That looks terrifying. She's wearing a very large wedding ring, look.
Oh yes, a sunflower design with some rather nice embellishments. And it's on the ring finger of her left hand, which means it's surely a wedding ring.
Looks like it's on there for life, too. I can't imagine it would slide off a finger of that size.
There's something to think, Mr. Naruhodo, not to say.
KG's like the... KG just speaks his mind. It's like, I don't think it's gonna fall off.
You know, Mr. Garrideb's wife in the photograph had a ring very much like this one.
Really now? That's interesting.
Why is his wife a maid? It was a large sunflower design as well.
Really? You have great memory from these things that we did 2 minutes ago. A large sunflower wedding ring. It's quite a coincidence that they have the same ring, isn't it?
You.
What about me? Am I stupid? Naruhodo-san, yes you are. Oh, okay. Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Ah. That's my maid impression. Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. That was kind of bad, but let's keep going. For it's identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Garrideb's bride in this photographic print.
I wonder why.
In other words, you are no ordinary household maid. No.
I love that.
You are Mr. Garrideb's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Garrideb herself. Oh my
Oh,
word!
she's so fancy, so even if she's having a breakdown.
Oh my word! Well, jolly fine deducting, sir. As you rightly summarized, this is the wife, yes, my Joan. Rather let us off go, you might say, but she was a bullied cockabout. It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, and yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? It's not right, I tell you. I was second lieutenant in the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when the chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all.
Are you okay? You're dying over there.
Oh, forgive me, I just haven't had my afternoon tea yet. Though in my considered option, such concerns about appearances are folly. You mean Mr. Garrideb has his wife work as his maid? Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Garrideb? Only in company, obviously, but listen here. This must remain secret. Tip-top secret, please! I'm a pathetic old man. 46 years old of age. The raging wife of Mr. Garrett. Alright, type B, let's go.
Topic 2. The aftermath.
Now, Mr. Garrett. It's plainly I already read this. Bang 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 dang 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 by that supporting arm. Mr. Sholmes is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Garredeb's wife a beast.
Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable.
But Miss Garredeb is standing right beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he?
Oh, how true. So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then.
According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garredeb's pain is tangible, though. What could that pose of his really signify?
Oh, that's what that is.
Oh my! Look at that bright red mark!
Gosh, that's quite something. And clearly made by somebody's hand.
Yes, Mr. Garredeb has been slapped on the face, it seems. Hard!
I've never seen such a clearly defined mark. Whoever could have done such a thing? Gee, I wonder who did.
Well, there's a very limited number of candidates, I'd say. Slapped by that slap cheek. Take that! Sorry, this is weird. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. And of course, the delivery of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade. Was you, Madame Joan Garredeb? Well, yes. You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir. Ah! How the blazes? How did you work that out, man?
It's not like he can just, like, go around you or something.
Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. One sec. Someone's texting me saying if I want to play badminton, and I don't really want to. I'll get back to you in like an hour or so. And my answer will be no. To keep your side from view. Other side from view. Well, Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves, what caused Madame Garredeb to fly into a rage? Yes, she jumped up, started flying, and slapped you on the face.
What?
She's unlocked the key to flight. Do you tell me, Mr. Garredeb, do you have an anti-gravity device in your lodgings here?
Didn't Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for lion fodder?
Nope, I didn't. I don't remember ever saying that. Yes, but now we've established that the line never existed. Which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Garredeb's wife.
Mr. Naruhodo, she's a person, not a thing.
Yes, well, she's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap round the face. One so hard that it left a perfect hand mark, in fact.
Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder?
I'd love to know the answer to that question. Oh my god, move.
What is that? Ooh. Ah, someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here. Look. Mr. Garudeb is clearly an avid reader.
Oh, wait a minute.
What is that?
I don't think this is a bookmark.
Oh no, so it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary.
And look next to the signature here.
Tip marks made with lipstick. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture.
Something I'll never experience. Thank you, KG. Go home. Don't get any ideas, Susato-san.
Oh dear. I'm sorry.
She's gonna do one for Ray.
Yes, as soon as she gets back to Japan, she's like, I'm making a card. So this bookmark is actually a love note then. Bum 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 bum. Ching. It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying.
No. This is
Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh, wait. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Why did you read it in that voice, Mr. Sholmes? It wasn't necessary. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is in the fly of an ointment here. But I don't know the bully woman. You don't know her? That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say? That's right. That's what I've been saying. Ah! A likely story. Now listen here, Jono thing. I explained at the time. I bought the book at a second-hand place and the note must have already been in there. So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean? That's right, that's what I've been saying. Ah! A likely story. For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to James. My name, in case you've forgotten, is John. Ah! This is abuse somehow. A likely story. We try her in court for, like, abuse, and she's like, a likely story. Are you questioning my name now? Psh, damn. And there we have it. Arouse the suspicion of the female heart, and you unleash a beast with the most ferocious bite. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried. I already read this. Unimaginable. Bing, 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 bing.
nothing there.
Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. Ow. What could have caused such a violent outburst? I mean, whatever. What made it like that? Nobody knows.
But surely Mrs. Garudeb didn't eat the carpet?
No, I'm pretty sure she did. No, of course not. What are you thinking? But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray that this room is a result of her wild temper.
Well, that's true. So this is the last part of Mr. Sholmes' deductions that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mrs. Garudeb's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer.
All right, let's see what we can see.
Yes!
Miss Burley really went all out. Just see
The carpet here has been ripped to shreds.
Yes, and according to Mr. Sholmes' deduction, the tear smashed those made by an Indian lion's teeth exactly.
No.
Look here.
What is it?
If you look closely, you can see that Mr. Sholmes is wrong all the time. I mean, if you look closely at the edge, you can see scorch marks.
Oh, yes, so you can. In that case, perhaps the carpet wasn't eaten in the normal sense at all.
Let's rethink with all this in mind.
Bing, 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 bing. Sorry.
You're like in tune with the little cursor just going up and down. As you like. It's like those like old spiders. Anyways,
This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it?
It looks like that character from Beauty and the Beast. Naruhodo, you're living in the future. I am? That's crazy. This space looks too small. Surely it's very unstable. Crazy? I was crazy once. Mr. Sholmes, please stop.
the word crazy wasn't even mentioned.
It looks to me like even the slightest knock would make it topple over.
Oh dear, that would be dangerous.
Wait, take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing.
Yes, I didn't notice that before.
Why is that, I wonder? Why is one candle of 3 missing from its holder?
You were looking at it.
What do I have? Do I look at the candle here? Or no? Whatever. Boom. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only to look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow. And of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack, in which the carpet was devoured, are clearly visible. Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks? Scorch marks? What do you mean? It would appear that this room was in the scene of a little martial alteration. Marital. Sorry, I read that wrong. I can't speak. I'm illiterate. Mrs. Garrideb's mighty arm muscles left an impression on not only her husband's face,
Blech.
but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused the candle to fall over from the holder.
Just shows why you're talking like Ryunosuke.
Oh, I can't read. Because, you know, and in seconds, there was a fire! Fire, 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 fire! That's a joke that only I understand right now. Yes. For the most ferocious beast in this world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. In other words, if you watch Ninjago and you see this guy named Kai, and in this room, that ferocious beast. Crash again. My microphone.
Your microphone died.
My microphone.
What happened?
There we go. It's back. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there is but one conclusion here.
Oh, that looks so cool. Oh.
After the sparks of the martial discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Yup. Okay, time to leave. Oh, he's standing. He's standing. He's laggy, but standing. Mr. Sholmes, sir. I salute you! Ugh.
Is he okay? Oh.
Slaps him. Carpet scorched by a small fire. Deduction complete. Elementary. It's these dash long winter nights, you know. Nothing to do but read in front of a fire. My cursor's on screen. Luckily, there's a jolly good jolly good secondhand bookshop just around the corner. Buy my old novels there. And in the passage of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material.
For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems.
Don't know about admonished. Demolished might be rather close to the mark. And beast is most certainly an apt description. Ah! Here we go again. And the carpet? Was that destroyed by a fire when the candle fell on the floor? Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. I couldn't see a bully thing. I was caught between the old Styx rampage and the aging flames. You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining. Let's recreate it real quick. He lights the candle on fire, throws it on the ground. That's sympathy for you. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bully furniture started going up as well. Had to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being.
Over here, Mr. Garrett.
Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you'll allow me. Ah, it is indeed burnt. Let's burn it some more. Had all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got a hold of them, that was it. Whoosh! Up in smoke. Gosh.
Which means the window was open.
When the wife started hurling things at me. Then the wife started hurling things at me.
What a terrible sight it must have been.
There was I, backed up against the window under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books coming 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite. A book called The Lion's Pride. The Lion's Pride? Ah, yes, your notorious love of big cats coming through again. I assure you that title didn't influence my choice in the slightest. There can only be one cat boy! Kazuma, you're alive?! So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage.
Mr. Sholmes' deductions turn out to be correct once again.
With the wrong context, but sure. It can only be described as a great British wonder. British people are crazy. Crazy?
So sassy, I swear.
British people are crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. I tell you, it was total carnage. Flames everywhere and the old stick in the fuel fettle. Out of interest, what time of day was that? Not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago now. Let's see, around 5 o'clock, I think.
So at exactly at the same time, as a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window on the street below.
Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. Oh, whoa, the whole of Blightly could have been flattened outside my window at that moment. And I wouldn't have noticed a darsh thing.
Oh, really?
Sips tea in British. I mean, sips tea in British. Mr. Sholmes? Yes, Mr. Naruhodo? What can I do for you? Well, I think you've got to the bottom of Mr. Gyarados' situation now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? I can't help you there, I'm afraid. What? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man had to be hiding something, I cannot be sure whether or not his secret would prove to be of relevance or not.
Sholmes, you're so cool.
I just knew you were going to say that! No, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of only two categories. Those relevant to the case, and those not. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter.
So cool.
I am cool indeed. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry? Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh no, is it that time already?
If we are to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to.
So that's it. No more time to think. Perhaps you'd like to betake yourselves to bidding us farewell now? I must prepare supper for Mrs. This guy right here. Oh, yes, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thank you both very much for your time.
Mr. Naruhodo, you're starting to sound like young Mr. Ryusei with all the sorries. Oh, sorry. Damn it! Soseki-san will be waiting for us. And I'm going to have to give him an answer.
Soseki is so fun.
Let's get out of here. Let's go to prison.
Philippine Warlock Sholmes.
Oh, I'm not at prison, actually.
It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. We must hurry back to the prison.
That's where I was trying to go, but apparently the story won't let me. Yes, I know. Let's hail a carrot. Oh, I know what happens. Oh,
What's the matter?
looks like something's going on over there in front of the Gyarados house.
Hmm?
You'll recognize these guys.
No?
I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Who you calling old man, you rum-looking nimmy-primmy? Pimney? Whatever that's at. There are more things in heaven than earth. Horatio, they are dreamt in your philosophy. Who is Horatio, fella? What are you on about?
Excuse me.
Eh? What the? Who are you now?
I'm sorry. It just looked as though there might be some problem here. And my associate here, Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, is a lawyer, you see.
Eh? A lawyer? What? If I can be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law for a good 40 days. Fine, I'll be on my way for today. But you mark my words. This ain't over yet!
I hate that guy so much.
Get thee to a nunnery. I'm half dabbing. Do I look like a blooming nun to you? Yes. You must be blind.
I hate him.
I'm also a thief. I'm a sham. Sorry.
I do hope you're not injured.
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle. Thank you. What was that all about? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. I'm not Horatio either. Ratio. Sorry.
Forgive the inquiries, sir, but are you a lodger here in the Gardeb residence?
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode. Mr. Gerda mentioned that he had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the man. Do you happen to know of the other lodger who lives on the first floor? Ah, yes, a gentleman named Natsume. Oh, more worthy a polemist and battle of words nearer could there be. Sorry, battle, what did you say? What did he say?
What do you say?
Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume and I sparred long into the night.
Man.
I see.
I don't fully understand. And it seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances at the least.
They have nightly like ah! Oh my god.
Ben?
Hi.
Hey, are you okay?
Oh my god, my mic just like burst out, and I oh my
Are
god.
you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, holy shit.
What happened, bro? Like, your scream literally caught me off guard.
My mic just made like it broke or something. And it just,
Ow.
I don't know, but it sounded like something dropped, like a plate dropped or something right in front of the microphone, and it was in my headphones, and I'm like, oh shit. That actually scared me so much.
I can tell because you screamed so loud.
Oh my god, what just happened? Oh.
Want to take a break? Take a quick break?
I want to see what that sounded like on the stream. What did that
You
sound
wanna
like
take
on the stream? Let's have a pause, shall we?
Because you literally scared me so bad.
Oh my god. There we go.
They have nightly like.
Oh fuck, that's so funny!
So bad. You got me thinking like something terrible happened to you. Like, wait, what? Like, wait, explain what happened because I'm so confused.
Play what happened?
Yeah, no, like, what do you mean your mic broke? A plate broke.
And it seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances.
It doesn't show.
They have nightly like.
So, okay. So you know the sound of static? Like on a TV? Yeah, that happened. And so this,
like,
yeah, but it was like
like-
really loud and it was all of a sudden, so I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Man. Okay, are we back?
Shamspear, you have cursed my microphone. I think it's because I said the name of the Scottish play. That's why I'm not even in a theater. God. So fair maiden, so good gentlemen. I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well.
I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room.
Jesus Christ. It seems he's unaware of what happened to Mr. Natsume, so he can't really help us. With Soseki-san that man as large as the Garrett house is certainly full of eccentrics. Anyway, I'll go and find a carriage.
Yes, I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly awaiting our return.
Let's hope we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over. Oh, I don't even remember what kind of voice I gave this guy the first time. No, wait, I do, because he was in the... Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's you! You're here, you came! Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! I can't believe you came back! I'm so touched!
We are so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume.
Oh, no! Think nothing of it! Relax! If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots! Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nipponese! Oh, now let's not get carried away. Oh, I quite agree. There's nothing more reassuring than the familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand, it is through friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least. Ah! Oh, it's you! The miserable, rotten spy! Herlock Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here? I have no intention of doing anything per se, save observing, of course.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
I mean, I'm banging out to this music here. Do you hear it? Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home to see how our divested friend is faring.
Guy.
Gloomful room. At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is the superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight, and cost me not a penny. Ah! You! How dare you, Hairlock Sholmes! I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake, haunted by spirits in those accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck will be cursed at tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life has been damned!
Susa's turn.
I love how she just turns.
She's
It's just slow turn. Like,
What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo?
honestly, nothing. I don't think very much. Like, he mentioned that once before, didn't he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean? And there is much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. What? Cursed is a wholly appropriate description, I would say. For the man's lodgings, and indeed for tomorrow's trial. What's that supposed to mean? Dumbass, you faced this man in court yesterday, didn't you? Oh, right. Okay. Mr. Natsume, what did you mean by what you just said now? What you said just now, whatever. About the trial tomorrow being cursed. Oh, no. Why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away, that's all. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, I see. That's really agitated him. You don't mean the trial really is cursed somehow? Are you referring to the prosecutor? The Reaper of the Bailey? My ex-boyfriend! You're what now, Mr. Sholmes? The Reaper? Oh no, what do you mean? Please tell me. Summarize it. Oh, whatever. 16 salient words! No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution. Ever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16! Nice!
what?
Oh my goodness! Can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly!
Yesterday, Mr. Naruto successfully
Mr. Naruhodo did his job.
defended someone against the Reaper.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
But then after the trial was over, the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances.
Mr. McGilded. What? What? Ah, I am impressed, Miss Susato. You have an eye for detail.
Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us.
That guy's kind of sus, I'm not gonna lie. Mr. Sholmes.
Isn't he your ex?
Surely it can't be that having failed to have the accused convicted, Lord Van Zieks killed the man himself?
Oh no, he couldn't have, surely.
You have some wonderful notions. Sorry? The man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow.
Oh yes. Of course he is.
He is pretty good in bed, I do say so myself. What? What?
Sorry, Sholmes, what was that?
Nothing. Of course he is! Then why are you trying to scare me? It could be said, however, that the real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis.
I'm in bed. I mean, what?
What on earth do you mean by that? And the part about him being good in bed? Nothing. Don't worry about it. The Reaper! Let's talk about him now, shall we? So who is Lord Van Zieks? Ah, look at that. I have to leave now. And he doesn't say anything. Van Zieks is a quite exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception. That's good. Soseki-san looks like he's about to cry tears of joy. I wrote basically a whole essay about this part in his theme. As you are no doubt aware in a British criminal trial, there is both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense. It is an excellent system, whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated. Right. Criminals and corrupt lawyers, for that matter, can use it to their advantage. By any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling imposters as witnesses, so on. By such underhand means, those who would want to are able to sway the jury. Which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail.
But it means the wrong verdict can be passed.
And sadly is from time to time. Shit. My dear madam, it is simply the reality of the situation. Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be swearing a lot today, and that's alright? However, those indicated by Lord Van Zieks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed.
Oh, Mom.
Though the adjudication may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom, I hate English, within months they'll disappear. It is most striking. Disappear? But how? By all manner of misfortune, sir. Perhaps they are trampled under a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. Thames? Let me search out how to say that. I need to... How to say Thames River. Thames. Thames? Thames. It says Thames. Okay, well... Or perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever. Or perhaps attacked by highwaymen. Darian just side-eye. Oh, no. No, there's
Darian.
3.
Side-eye.
All examples of the reality of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruhodo.
The way she turns, I can't.
I knew it. I'm a dead, total, done for, doomed! Okay, back to this.
The cursed lodgings.
When you said accursed lodgings before, you were referring to your room at Mr. Garrideb's house, I assume? You mean to say that you believe the place is cursed? It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain, but I'd only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself. That didn't take long, then. Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous about going outside. There they were, always staring at me, all the time from dawn till dusk. So I shut myself away in the room. But even that didn't help. The fear wouldn't go away.
You must have been very lonely. I've been away from your homeland for such a long time.
I had cats with me. What are you talking about, lonely? I've had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Briar Road a week ago now. Yes, why did you choose there? It seems a little inconvenient. The rent is cheap. I have so little money, it appealed to me straight away. Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. The landlord just simpered and said, "The room is cursed." Oops. He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late, so I told him. If you have something to say, then say it, but if not, don't mention it in the first place! Yes, well said. But it was true, it was all true! You mean the room really is cursed then? Ever since I moved into that windowless hellhole, my sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I awake feeling as though I'm being choked to death. And in my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street. I'm branded a killer, thrown in prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits. If only there was someone, just one person on my side. Can no one find it in his or her heart to believe in me? Really, no one at all? To believe. Yes, to believe.
Believe?
I think this is one of my
Kazuma.
save files.
I miss Kazuma.
Mr. Sholmes. Ah, me, Mr. Naruhodo. Pray, what can I do for you? You can leave, please. Oh. Okay, I guess I'll go home now since you don't want me here. No, I was gonna talk to you. It's about the case on the SS Buria, if you recall. The Buria. Ah, that case. The one with the snake? Well, yes. At that time I was a suspect, but you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. And you helped us investigate. I did I? Interesting. What I want to know is, why? Why did you believe me? I see, yes. You mean... because you were a grimly dressed shady Eastern fellow found with the victim in the locked room? Well, if you like, yes. I'm a little surprised that the answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said, I didn't do it. But I could have been lying! Surely you must have had your doubts. You must have suspected me a little. I think perhaps you've misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor in that which you were telling me. What? You see? The only thing I believe in are those I choose to believe in.
Oh, wait, my bad. What do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
I make up my own mind about what is to be believed and what is not. If I should like to believe in something, I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I am concerned. But I could have betrayed your trust. In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment, nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse, in my opinion.
Oh,
Meaning?
hear that, Hugo?
Whether or not one should trust another is, in the final analysis, down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself. Yes! Yes! He's right! He's right, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! Whether or not I can believe myself?
Flashback.
A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself.
Man, he's so gay.
You were so right, Kazuma. You were so right. Oh, partner, you're so right. Mr. Naruhodo, what are you thinking about right now? Nothing? No, don't worry about it. You look kind of gay.
Mr. Naruhodo,
Mm-hmm.
please don't. Not now.
Oh, yeah? Well, what about Ray, huh? Think about that for a second.
That is irrelevant.
Oh, is it now? What are you thinking now that I said her name, huh, Susato-san? Well, my dear fellows, it is now time we're leaving, I believe.
Already?
Visiting hours are over. The guard will be here shortly to escort us out. There is a restaurant near here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me? It's called the White Willow.
Oh dear. There is never enough time, is there?
Mr. Natsume, if you'd like in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you. Voice crack. Sorry.
Didn't even notice.
Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
This title is so long.
As I said, I only experienced a British courtroom for the first time yesterday. And although the man I was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial. Something crucial? What to believe in? The defendant, justice, or the truth. How to believe, even. But I think I've finally worked it out. I've decided I must believe in myself above all else, to trust my instincts.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo.
And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime. And it's imperative that we prove that in court. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. I will fight for your innocence until the bitter end, with every weapon available to me. So I do hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow. As I said when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue. Mochiron na, Natsume-san. It would be fair to say, Mr. Naruhodo, that your mind was in many ways made up from the outset. You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it. Yes, I think you're right about that. It's been a roundabout journey, but I got there in the end. Miss Susato,
Yes?
would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court?
Absolutely. As I said this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial assistant.
He's so cute.
The shocking events of yesterday's trial will weigh heavily on my mind. But it's time to stop looking backwards. Kazuma believed in me. And Mr. Sholmes believes in me now, too. So it's time. Time that I learned to believe in myself. Soseki-san has no one. He's all alone. So it's my job to help him, to fight his corner. Tomorrow, in the courtroom, with all the strength I can muster. Oh my god, that was actually so great. The writing in this
So
game is
great.
so good.
The game is so good. Like that writing right there is actually like it's executed perfectly.
Back to the betrayal of trust is an it's an overused excuse in my opinion from
You-
Sholmes. Is you would probably say that again during Unbreakable Chain, because oh my god. I'm just gonna read this comment that I just got on my notifications. Hi, I just wanted to share something with you. Jesus is coming back soon to judge the earth. If you confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart God raised him from the dead, you will be saved from God's wrath to come. Ask Jesus for forgiveness of your sins as well, because we've all fallen short of God's glory.
Why did you get one of those?
I don't
Where
know.
did you get that?
Ninjago out of context too. Anyways, yep. I don't know.
That's so weird.
I don't know, man. In any case,
Continue.
wait, I needed to find, my mom is calling me.
Ooh.
Hello. Hair appointment booked. Let's keep going. I was trying to find what I was actually trying to find. Is this one thing that I really like that I wrote for Unbreakable Chain. And it's Ryunosuke. Where is it? Right. So it's something. Betrayed his trust. Hugo's like, oh man, you gotta stop trusting people. Hunter, you're really bad at trusting people. Look, he's not even listening to you. Mr. Devlin, if there's anyone you want to trust, then please trust me. I promise you, I will reveal the truth.
Holy, that's pretty good. Wait, that's actually pretty good.
Ryunosuke naruhodo.
That's...
Trust. And then the next thing says, Van Ziek's mysterious assistant seemed to change his upright posture and mood. Just for a second after Ryunosuke's shouts, his apprentice was locked in a daze. Ow! That part, jump scare.
Okay, but it's 5:09. You said 6, so you still have an hour.
10 to 6.
You said 6.
6.
You said 6. Ow. Ow.
I know how you work with time.
Anyways, I slammed my foot on my table leg. I am in pain.
You got a jump scare. Here we go. Well, I never expected this. Who would have thought we'd be back here again so soon?
We are on the study tour of Great Britain, with the intention of learning the country's legal practices. In order to research the latest court procedures here, we need as much court experience as possible.
Well, yes, I suppose that's true. But for the person in the dock, it may well be his or her one and only time in court, and it could be life-changing. In which case, treating it as research may seem a little crass.
Oh, you put it like that. You're quite right.
Good morning! Mr. Natsume, good morning.
Oh dear. Are you alright? Your eyes are truly bloodshot.
How short is this man? He's shorter than Susato. What's going on here? Soseki Natsume DGS. How tall are you, good sir? Are you gonna tell me? Bro, wait, hold on a second. Where's the court record? This guy's 52, 44, 33. He's 33!
Poor guy.
Oh my god, his height is unknown. Okay. Iris is 10. Joan is 38. You are 46. That is...
What? Excuse me?
Oh.
That is an idiot. I mean, I'm fine with that.
And he's
but,
34.
Just too far away.
This man is 34 years old.
Old man.
The early bird catches the worm, as they say here in Britain. Yes, I've heard that expression. But I really don't want to catch a worm. So I tried desperately not to wake up early, but I was so worried I couldn't catch a wink. And now I'm absolutely exhausted as a result. Do all literary people take things so literally?
Thank you for putting your faith in us today, Mr. Natsume.
I need to go wash my hands.
I wish I had 9 lives. My whole future hangs in the balance. I'm too terrified to tremble. Really? Because I can feel the tremors on the floor. I can't do this. I can't take it. Although, welcome student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yes? I caught a glimpse of the public gallery as I walked by the courtroom. It looked like the opening night of the opera. There were so many people. I had no idea my case was such a notorious affair here in London. Oh, neither did I. Do you know why that might be, Miss Susato?
I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, but I have no idea.
I literally got here right on time, and then I sit down. That's when I'm like, oh my god, I need to go.
So that all-knowing look on your face is just a coincidence, then, is it? Don't hide the truth from me. It's because of the Reaper, isn't it? Lord Van Zieks? Is that right, Miss Susato?
I purchased as many different newspapers as I could find this morning. Yes. Lord Van Zieks is on the very front page of every one.
Yes. That definitely looks like Van Zieks right there.
That is oh my god, Van Zieks, you gotta make over.
I knew it.
Sometime after the prosecutor was dubbed the Reaper of the Bailey, he stopped appearing in court, it seems. And several years now, in fact, until the day before yesterday.
Oh, this one here says he got a boyfriend, and that's why he stopped appearing in court.
Oh,
Rin Rakura. It's a very suspicious
Mr.
Japanese-looking
Rakura,
name. Oh, Rakura-san, you're gay. Huh? Yes, Inspector Gregson told us something similar, didn't he? No, I didn't. What are you talking about? The trial 2 days ago marked Lord Van Zieks' return to the courtroom after a very long hiatus. The trial of Magnus McGilded. Ah, what a harrowing experience that was.
I believe that appearance made even greater waves here in the capital than today's.
But we wouldn't have realized, of course, having only just arrived in the country. I almost dropped my phone.
Why is the Reaper back in the Bailey so soon for what appears to be a mundane murder?
Oh, this one here says Japanese people. Huh.
Japanese
I
people.
wonder what that means.
That's the question the papers are asking, and they're all speculating various answers.
Mundane! Mundane! It's the most significant saga of the century to some of us!
Oh dear, I'm in the offense, Mr. Natsume. But that is how the papers are describing it.
Well, lest we also forget that the fact could spark an international incident. Obviously, the reappearance of this infamous prosecutor has caught people's attention. There's another blatant similarity in the trial 2 days ago.
Yes, I agree.
Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. It's you! Me? I suppose that's true. Both times it's you who stands against this legendary prosecutor. It can only mean that you're friends with the Reaper! Please, don't rub shoulders with Deathbringers!
I'm afraid there's really only one other explanation. He hates Japanese. Can only be another example, Mr. Naruto, of your uncommon bad luck.
Of course. Grabs the bailiff's gun, shoots himself in the head. Thanks for that. Oh, this is just my luck. Why must I be represented by a man with such a frail fortune? By the least lucky lawyer alive!
What? Right in front of them.
Well, let's not forget that it was you, Mr. Natsume, who asked me to represent you. Yes, it's true, I'm just a student, new to London, with little in the way of experience or skills or luck. I promise you this. I will fight your corner until the bitter end. I will believe in you, Mr. Natsume. Oh, benevolent locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
You're not alone here with us, Mr. Natsume. Whatever happens, we will always be on your side.
My cursor is on the screen. Oh, benevolent non-locum assistant, Miss Mikotoba Esquires. You said her name wrong! Soseki-san, you're under arrest! What? I'm in your debt forever. I shall, Mr. Natsume, counsel for that. I'm British. Forgot. The court session is about to begin. Kindly make your way into the courtroom at once. And what if I said no? Alright then, Mr. Natsume, it's time. Let's go. You, yes! Here we go. Bum, bum.
Here we go.
This is it. My second appearance in a British courtroom. And my second trial against the Reaper. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because this time, I won't let my faith waver. I'll believe in my client to the last. Just like you believed in me. About halfway. I believe I can do this now. I'm ready for this fight. Flashback to, I'm sorry, Ryunosuke. I have nothing more. Bitch. It's okay, Ryu. I'm right here and I've always believed in you. I just dropped my pen. ねえ、リュウ、大丈夫ですか? いや、全然大丈夫です。 In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and the defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is fully prepared, my lord.
Yeah.
The defense is definitely not prepared. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
It's not a come back.
No, I'm leaving. Bye.
Susunod the takedown.
Ah! The defense is ready, my lord. The Nipponese are truly fascinating. Sorry. Then. Sorry, what?
That was so perfect.
Oh my god. Lord Strong. I can't do this anymore! Lord Strongheart has told me about you. All about you. I missed the word. That you are a student who arrived in London but 2 days ago. A mere amateur. Do you have a point? Being a compatriot, you feel compelled to try to help the accused, I suppose. Typical Nipponese arrogance. Lord Van Zieks, did you have a voice crack? No.
Forgive me, but I do not believe arrogance is an appropriate description.
Susato-san.
After all, at our previous encounter, the defendant was found to be innocent.
Not entirely.
Oh, let's count. We got number 1.
1.
Very true. And the most fascinating, if dark, trial it was too. The tragic conclusion came later, of course. Here's to the acquitted, and his unfortunate violent end. Thank you, counsels. I see both sides are in fine fettle. Lord Van Zieks, is that a sword that you're drawing towards the defense right now? No, what are you talking about? Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are you ready to carry out your duties here in court as impartial members of the public? You never know when you might be down on your luck, but I believe in fair play for everyone.
Oh, it's these guys.
Do you want to do some of the girls?
Sure.
Well, I must warn you, I'm rather more ruthless than I appear.
Oh, this guy's a simp. Oh, well, not me. What you see is what you get. I'm a peace-loving fellow. Oh, here she is. I'm afraid to say, I think it's quite possible that mustached foreigner did the deed. Come on, what are we waiting for? No doubt he did it anyway. Eh? Sorry. I didn't quite catch that. Very well. Let us proceed. Your opening statement, if you please, Lord Van Zieks. Very recently, Great Britain signed an What does this have to do with the case, man? Great Britain signed an alliance with the rising power of East in the far whatever. The accused in the dock today is a student from that same land, a certain Mr. Soseki Natsume. And while our country has extended its foreign student the warmest of welcomes, the warmest, regrettably, the kind. God, regrettably, the kindness has not been returned. In fact, the student is accused of a most sinister act. Of plunging a knife into the back of an innocent woman who was doing nothing but walking down the street. Chalice 1 was thrown. A knife crime! I tell you from bitter experience, those are the worst! Bloody oath they are.
Just look at that swallow complexion and short stature. He's one of those dreadful Japanese.
Damn, what do you got against short people?
I'm
Come on, let's get that over with. With me now, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Eh? Sorry, didn't quite catch that. Do you want me to say it louder? Japanese people suck. Sorry. Pray forgive the discourtesy of smashing my hallowed chalice here in this great chamber. I shall do it 1,000 more times. Allow me to call the first witness to the stand. Very well. Bailiff, lead the inspector in, please. Alright, here we go. Your name and occupation, please. Yes, sir? Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard. Would you please summarize the events of the case for the court, Inspector? The victim is thought to be a young woman in her 20s by the name of Olive Green. I beg your pardon, Inspector? Thought to be? Yes. Having been stabbed in the back by her attacker's knife, the victim fell unconscious. That was 3 days ago now, and she's been comatose ever since. What? So they don't even know who she is for sure? Comatose I see. But her life is not in danger. Fortunate for the Eastern student. Their charge will not be murder. Pray, elaborate on the details, Inspector. Sir, if I could ask everyone to look at the street map. This will be important in Darian's case. A street map is like the most important thing ever. As mentioned, the incident took place 3 days ago at around 5 in the afternoon. It happened on the pavement running alongside Briar Road, a wide thoroughfare for horse-drawn vehicles. It had not long since stopped snowing as the victim, Miss Green, was walking down the street. Out of the blue, she was approached from behind by the accused and stabbed in the back. Luckily, the young lady's life was spared, and she's currently being treated in one of the city's hospitals. Being unconscious as she is, we've been unable to take a statement from her, of course. This case file with everything we know about the victim so far. Damn, Olive is kind of weak. Darian got a beat down, and he's awake after like a full day. A full day of sleeping.
Gets stabbed twice.
Gets a concussion, gets stabbed twice.
Allegedly.
He gets a concussion too, you know. That's nothing too difficult to deal with.
Too difficult, you know.
Thank you, Inspector. The court will accept documents as evidence if you please. No, I don't please. What? What of the weapon that was used? Sir, I have that here. It was removed from the victim's back. I changed my voice. Ouch, that thing is starting to make me scared to walk down the street now. Literally the next case after this one is freaking is Darian actually.
With a heavy blade like that, almost anybody would have been able to stab the poor woman.
Even the scraggy-looking Soseki-san, I suppose. A common or garden jackknife, I would say, rather nondescript. Thank you, Inspector. The court accepts the blade as evidence. Alright. You know the drill. Young woman rendered unconscious following a stab wound to the back. Olive Green, female, stout build, early 20s, pavement of Briar Road on the east side. Reporting officer, Rolly Beat. Victim remains unconscious. Her name was gleaned from her personal effects. Other details are unknown. Apart from the single stab wound of the large knife, no other signs of injury were observed. The assailant was seen running away by the reporting officer and was successfully arrested the following day. We have the jackknife right here.
Ooh, flip knife. I like those. They do the flip. Oh look, Mr. Naruhodo. Just at the tip. A small piece of the blade appears to be missing.
Gee, I wonder how.
You're right.
Something.
Well spotted, Mr. Sato.
I wonder what could have happened to it.
Do you know what
Gee, I
happened to
wonder
it?
if a blade in the future will be like that.
Do you have any theories as to what happened to the blade, Lee?
Fell to the floor. Got chipped.
Alright, I
my
felt. Alright. Yes. You don't think it could still be lodged in the victim, do you?
Oh dear. I do hope not. That sounds terribly painful.
Probably not. This is Ace Attorney after all. Okay, so that's important later on. Secondhand book receipt. Right, this is important later. And, yeah, whatever. Nice. Now then, any motive? From what we can tell by looking at the woman's possessions, it seems like she's a poor student herself. Hard to imagine she would have anything much worth pinching, my lord. I see. Well, in that case, are we looking at some deep-seated resentment toward the victim? Well, I'm afraid I couldn't say. Apart from visiting second-hand bookshops, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, didn't appear to get out much. At this moment in time, we haven't been able to establish any sort of connection between him and the victim. Hey! If theft and grievance have been ruled out as motive, sorry. What reason could Mr. Natsume possibly have for stabbing the young woman? Yet you arrested the man in spite of that, in totally unjustified and heavy-handed way. You know, it's very important that we establish a murder in order to find the true culprit. The motive is very important, you see. By the way, did I mention the motive was important?
I don't think so.
Oh, there's a whole bottle gone. Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging my freshly uncorked bottle into the public gallery. Oh my god! So what this sentence is saying is that the glass he poured was the last of the last bottle, and the one he just crashed wasn't even open before.
For
What?
the lava.
But your words have soured its hallowed bouquet. For it is you, my learned friend, who is being heavy-handed here. What? Scotland Yard does not arrest people without good cause. That should be beyond question. Isn't that right, Darian Valiant? What? I wasn't paying attention. You should be.
Well,
It's
fell
court. You should be paying attention in court. Should I really? Inspector Gregson, the prosecution calls for your formal testimony. Explain to the court precisely why the constabulary, came to arrest the. Yes, sir. Maybe take your time with those words. They seem a bit big. Shut up. Give your testimony. As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred, and there was an unusually light fog. Visibility was reasonably good, and there was no one else but the victim and the accused. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. Those being a number of old books he just bought. He was on his way home from a bookshop, it seems. It was just a matter of working out who the books belonged to when we found the bloke to arrest him. Old books, you say? Yes, my lord. I have a photograph here of the scene of the crime taken immediately after the incident. Ah, yes, I can clearly see the books of which you are referring.
Why are they scattered like that?
Because he dropped them. I will take that photographic print as evidence.
But like, it's a weird way to scatter them.
Yeah. Well, it's natural, kind of. Unipennies are a spineless breed, too cowardly to admit defeat, denying everything despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Well,
Forgive me, Lord Van Zieks, but the defendant is not denying everything, as you put it.
Forgive me, Lord Van Zieks, shut the fuck up. Whoa, Susato-san! What are you doing? Do go on.
Mr. Natsume has admitted to playing some part in the incident. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, now that you mention it. When we visited him in prison yesterday, he did tell us that all that had happened. As I was walking along the accursed pavement, flashback, 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 flashback. Someone got stabbed in front of me! Doesn't matter, we'll explain it anyways. A green overcoat? Well, that's exactly what the woman in the print is wearing. Oh my, a photographic print in full color. What will the world come up with next? The defendant has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. That does not mean he's guilty of a heinous crime of stabbing a woman in the back. There was nobody else there at the time, just the two of them. The victim and the accused. Just the two of us? Soseki-san, you're not helping. In other words, there is nobody else who could have possibly stabbed the woman. A fact that the accused concedes. Ah. Van Zieks has Weezer blue eyes. It would seem this cross-examination would prove to be pivotal, counsel. Yep. Proceed, please. Yes, my lord. Nothing for it. I have to use this cross-examination to turn the tables here. It's our only chance. Bum bum bum. Bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-dum bum bum. Oh, what's the press button? Q. There you go. A light fog, you say? Well, light for London. It's the opposite side of the street for once. Not much farther, though. That's light, is it? Around these parts, yes. My mic just, Odd! There we go. My mic keeps unplugging and I'm crying. Around these parts, not something you expect, you know? I've read that London is famous for its fog. Also, the music stopped playing. But in my country, people usually imagine what gives the city a rather beautiful appearance. Let me just, fix this real quick. Alright, I should fix it. Nope. Okay. Audio. It's whatever. It will work eventually. Tisk. How quaint. Did you just say tisk? Yes, I did. Yes, well, it's not something us Londoners tend to romanticize, I expect you can appreciate. I see. At this time of year, the fog causes a large number of accidents, especially when it's heavy. Sometimes you can't even see your own hand in front of your arm, at the end of your arm. Indeed. The other day I was very nearly trampled by a horse before I could see the carriage they were pulling. Ugh. Susato-san and I should definitely remember to stop, look, and listen. However, on the day that concerns us, the fog was somewhat lighter than usual. A fact no doubt lamented by the accused. The music has just stopped. Oh my god. Let me.
Try restarting the game or something.
I'm going to restart the game. That is so funny. My game is not doing well today.
The game is not gaming.
The game is not gaming. It's restarted. It's my mic has shouted in my ear.
A cursed stream.
God damn it, Van Zeeks. What are you doing to my stream? Ding 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 ding. There we go. You should be back. Da 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 da. Oh no, the music is just gone. What?
Maybe it's part of the game? I don't know.
I don't remember this, so I'm just gonna turn it off and on again. Okay, well, I guess we'll wait until a new thing comes up. Is everything plugged in? Everything's plugged in. No one else but the victim and the accused. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind. I think I pressed this one. This is what Ace Attorney actually sounds like. Cause there's no music.
There's no music and it's just
You
like
asked for the help of
playing
famous detective Herlock Sholmes to locate the defendant, I believe. Stuff and nonsense. Sorry? Ryunosuke, that's my line. Sorry, Keiji. You said it again! That Jack in the office, that busybody, just comes and sticks his oar in whether he's asked, you know. But according to what I have here, Mr. Sholmes was shown to the scene by Scotland Yard detectives. It has nothing to do with me. The lads at the scene must have done it without my permission. This is bothering me way too much. Still nothing. Okay,
Just play the music on Spotify.
That's true. Let me get it up right now. Okay, so there's music.
Maybe it's just the game.
I feel like it's just the game. I don't think it's purposeful. Because it's a cross-examination. The music should be playing. Where is the cross-examination? Oh my god, hello? Here we go. I tell him time and time again, whenever something happens, send word to headquarters. Then follow your bloomin' instructions. I see. That meddler gets his hands on any details, we'll be reading in the Rance magazine next month. And you bet you can lose your farthing. Yep, that'll be there in there too, and stripped of all my hard work on the case. Yes, Mr. Sholmes. No, Mr. Sholmes. Aren't you clever, Mr. Sholmes? It's all the thanks I'll be getting. Inspector. If the man is proving determined to the yard's activities, perhaps I should step in and deal with him. Ah!
Deal with him how, Van Zeeks?
Take him out?
On a date?
In what way? Maybe take him to bed. What?
Appears Inspector Greg.
Hosonaga-san!
Shut up. And he appears Inspector Gregson is lost for words.
I can't believe Hosonaga-san's here. Yes, the Reaper's words carry a lot of weight, obviously. Daria just taps him on the shoulders like, Barrack, if you think about touching him one bit, you can be sure that I will absolutely try to kill you. Great. Anyway, the point is, that little Japanese bloke's already admitted. He admitted that those books all over the pavement and the scenes were the ones he bought that day.
Okay. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? If you're unable to sway the jury during this cross-examination, I'm afraid...
That Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed? Yes, they're sure to find him guilty. So one way or another, I have to expose an undeniable inconsistency in the inspector's testimony. Okay, as I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred. There was unusually light fog. His ability was fine. No one but the victim and accused. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind. Mr. Natsume's belongings? Think you'll find it's all there in the photographic print of the crime scene. Yes, the 3 books on the oh, yes, the 3 books on the floor. That's right, my lord. Second-hand books they were. Irreparably damaged after falling in the snow, of course. The accused could easily have carried out all 3 books in one. Sorry. Which means his other hand would have been free to wield a knife, for example.
Naruto, did you get enough sleep last night?
Yep, I definitely did.
He's very clever, isn't he?
What do you mean?
He's been extremely hard for you to assert that Mr. Natsume had his hands full with his books. He's managed to close the one avenue of escape we might have had before we even knew it was there. Yeah, I'm proud of him.
You mean to say that the defendant was holding his belongings as he thrust a knife into the woman's back? That must be what happened, my lord, yes. That being a number. Oh, it's this one. I needed to. The defendant apparently visits a second-hand bookshop on a daily basis. Yes, so I understand. It's a shop full of old English literature. I commend the accused on the lofty subject matter of his scholarly attention. The bloke's room was stacked floor to ceiling with those musty old books. Can you tell us more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector? Well, if I must, I'll have to ask you to look at the street map again, I'm afraid. The closest second-hand bookshop to the accused's lodgings is this place here, Bourbon Books. Little place on the corner of Briar Road and Mishwam, that street. As it happens, the accused is currently living in lodgings on the side of Briar Road at the opposite end. Which means it doesn't take a genius to work out the route he would have taken home. Something like this. Okay. Yes, I concur with your conclusion, Inspector. The defendant would certainly have passed the scene of the crime on his way home from that particular shop.
So, Naruhodo, I think that was what the inspector just told us. Could turn out to be a very vital and important.
Yes, I agree. The most important point that the inspector just made was... it was the, Yep. Gotcha. It was the bookshop's name. Inspector Gregson, may I ask you a favor? What? Would you kindly add the name of the bookshop to your formal testimony, please? I believe it may be of vital importance. Maybe. Oh, well, you know, I mean, yes! It could be a very important clue. Very well. Not that I can see it being of any great significance. But please revise your testimony accordingly, Inspector. Yes, sir, my lord. Whatever you say. Could the man be any more sardonic? We'll see if the objection theme plays.
Hope so. For your sanity.
I mean, I have the entire soundtrack. I don't want to save. I want to present. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
What?
What's the present button? R. If I could just stop you there, Inspector Gregson. What is it, Sunshine? I'm a busy man, you know. This is a receipt we found in Mr. Natsume's room. It was issued on the day of the incident and details the purchase of 3 second-hand books. And you found that in the accused room, did you? Yes, but the point is not where the receipt was found, it's the name of the shop printed on it. Go on. This receipt was issued from a bookshop called Your Books.
Your books?
Your Books! Y-O-R-E, I presume. No, Y-O-R, like your forger. Yes, my lord, so Mr. Natsume did indeed purchase a number of books at a second-hand bookshop that day. However, the bookshop in question, there we go, was not Bourbon Books.
Is the music back?
Yeah, it is. What? Inspector, do you know this other bookshop? Yes, sir. Your Books is another second-hand bookshop not far from Bourbon Books. It's just that, well, it's such a small place, I didn't think the accused would have known about it. But in fact, that is the bookshop which the defendant visited on the day in question. And this receipt proves it. Yes, for what difference it makes. Wherever the man purchased this musty toe.
Musty tomes. Indeed. Man. You need to shut up.
This musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. It's okay, he says baddie. He says baddie in the in the next case. I disagree. I mean, after all,
I have the street map here, if that might be of help.
Yes, thank you. Have a look at this, please. Which paper is it? If the defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books, then yes, he would almost certainly have passed the place where Miss Green was attacked. However, if we take into account the fact that he was actually at another bookshop, Your Books, it may very well turn out that he wouldn't have passed that location at all. Could that be true?
My. My. It rather depends on where this other bookshop is. I do declare it might be a possibility.
She's so pretty, I actually like her. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer, sir? What you just said? Absolutely. It could absolutely be right. Inspector Gregson, where's this Your Books establishment? Well, obviously we looked into that. It turns out that Your Books, it's just here on the next corner of Mistrom Street. Going east. And there you have it, as you can clearly see now. Oh.
Two.
That's number 2.
Or 3.
My learned Nipponese friend is obviously in training to be a...
Be a
my learned Nipponese... Sorry. My learned Nipponese friend is obviously in training to be a clown. The way he regals with... Oh, fuck. The way he regals us with such witticisms. You are not a clown, you are the entire circus.
I love that so much.
To your future career in this... This guy can't be real. He's not real. This guy is not real. Oh my god.
They were so stupid. down now or I'll put it down for you.
What do you mean by that, Susato-san? Susato, take down! I didn't think I need to spell it out, but here we go. If the accused was coming home from your books instead of the bourbon books. Oh my god. This doubting would have passed the place where the victim was stabbed. Yes. Thank you, Inspector.
This case is so stupid. I hate it. It's so stupid.
Allow me to reiterate from I learned, if somewhat slow, Nipponi's friend. And there he goes, crushed in his hand. Wherever, yeah, first one thrown, then the whole bottle, and then crushed. Wherever the man purchased his... I can't do this, Fanzeeks! Wherever the man purchases musty tones, it makes no difference in the final analysis.
You were. Breathe and breathe.
I so suspected you can't fool me, and I don't suggest you try. Well, I just say, eh? I don't have enough of this now. Beg your pardon. Terribly sorry, but would you mind repeating that?
Mr. Naruhodo,
What?
you mustn't give up.
Okay. What do you mean?
The prosecution's assertion is correct. The members of the jury may very well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty.
Oh, well, don't give them the idea. Hi! She's absolutely right.
We must think. We must consider the assertion. Yes.
God damn
Just
it.
put- oh,
You're telling me to
we must
think?
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. We must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully.
I can't do this. You're telling me to think. This is too hard. Sorry, guilty. They claim Sosaki-san must have passed the location on the incident on his way home from your books, but... Uh-oh.
Your books.
I don't know which one to click. I guess it's raise an objection. Because, you know, that's his thing. That's his thing. That's the whole thing. The assertion just made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed. Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. When returning from your books to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between the two places. If the defendant used these streets, look what happens. He arrives back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked. Talking back... Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that route is it's a long way.
Lord Van Zeeks. I
What?
think you're staring into your reflection too long.
He has a reflection? I thought he's a vampire. On a cold winter's night, why would any man choose to take the longer route home? Well, the answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, the accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings, and the previous perpetrator of this crime.
So all he really said was, no, he didn't.
Aha! Yes! I've got it! Did you just say aha in court? Yes! I've got it! Obviously, we must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume, ask Mr. Natsume which route he took home. I have already informed the court of the accused's response to such questioning. He claims he has no recollection. That's right. As I said, the bloke seems to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. day was no exception. He says it doesn't matter where he was or which route he took home. I'm like, I can't do this. If Van Zeke says one more thing, I'm going to cry. I don't believe this! Thank you, my learned friend. And suggest that we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject. Pray, what say you, insightful jurors? But even if that is the case, the defense still... I agree with Lord Van Zieks, wholeheartedly and in every way. What? I don't believe it. Does this mean... We members of the jury are completely convinced now.
No, you're not.
Very well. In that case, I hereby call upon the members of the jury to present your findings to the court. You die. Ding 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 ding.
Whoopsie.
It would appear the jury's leaning is unanimous. Glass number 3. To the insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave resolve. Of Naruhodo Ryunosuke? You serve... what? No. You serve queen and country admirably. No. Not yet. This isn't over yet. I still have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. I have to tip the balance of those scales the other way. I have to turn this around. Somehow. Those are the eyes of Quarry, not yet willing to give up and die. So I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial? Rights of the defense written and acquainted in British law that should have been buried long ago. Call it antiquated if you will. But it's the defense's prerogative to carry out a summation examination. Summation examination if it so chooses. Very well, counsel. In accordance with the letter of law, we shall proceed in a summation examination. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of course, we're ready.
I wanna hear Kazuma saying summation examination.
Kazuma, there's this, one legal loophole that I figured out how to do in my first trial in Britain. Really? Yeah. You should, read up on it sometime. Here, this is the chapter in Susato-san's book that has it. A summation, summation examination, what? How did you do a summation examination.
Yay!
You finally got it.
Did it!
Don't patronize me. Well, you never got to see me perform one, so... I had to tell you about it one way or another. I hate you. I love you too, partner. I'm not all that familiar with the Nipponese whippersnapper and his Onkus refusal to Onkus? Refusal to throw in his alley. I'm British! Onkus is a word I use. Very well then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you've determined the defendant to be guilty. Next time, on Ace Attorney, a Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Because I'm done for today.
That's actually perfect timing because